folks, Sabaidi, Sawadi, how are all of these? Ooh. I'm going to have to glue this camera case back down. It's coming away from its backing. The flap keeps on falling forward. Camping in Laos, Pak Song. It's about 30-40 minutes, no more than an hour anyway, from Pak Se city, which is like one of the major cities that people come into when they're, especially when they're backpacking or touring, coming in from Vietnam or coming in from Cambodia, or going from, say, through Thailand, staying here for a bit and then going on through to Vietnam or Cambodia. So Pak Se is one of the like major cities, probably more so to some extent than Vientiane, which is like their actual capital city. That's just where it happens to be in the north, but I think probably they have more people, because in Vientiane, other than going up to further up north into Vang Vieng and Lang Labang, which if you like tour in Laos, definitely head up to the north because that's magical up there. So 100% make your way up that way. What I'm saying is like the backpackers, this is like just a route, quite often just a route through. So I'm not saying all backpackers, but I think what happens is a lot of backpackers like just come to Pak Se. They do the Pak Se loop, a motorbike ride, do the waterfalls, do the zip line here. Just a few kilometres from where I am right now. Actually, there's 3 waterfalls literally within, say, a 5 kilometre area. They're very close to each other. Yeah, and then that's their Laos experience then, just this one city, this one town, or maybe 2, maybe like I say, the Pak Se, and then they'll miss out Savannakhet and Deket. Yeah, so they'll miss out those 2 cities. Personally, Savannakhet I think is one of the nicest cities in Southeast Asia. Yeah, it's got its problems, but it's very unique. It's got a very different flavour to it. Yeah, different vibe about it. You don't get that vibe in Pak Se, and you don't get it in Deket. Yeah, it's and obviously it's got the old French colonial stuff, and it's got the street art. There's something about Savannakhet that's got my heart. I couldn't really, nail it down and tell you exactly why it is, but yeah. So it breaks my heart to some extent when I hear people, meet people here in Pak Se that are then just going all the way, a 12-hour bus ride I think it is, to Vientiane, the capital city, which is fine if they're, like I say, if they're then going to go on and do the north of Laos, But I hear people are going up that way and then using the border to come back into Thailand and things like that. That I don't get. But anyway, you see it's very chill here. There's some very noisy insect up in that tree, or insects. I think there's more than one. But yeah, 50,000 kip per night, so about £2, £1.50, £2 to stay here, to camp. And I wish I'd come here when I first came into Laos, rather than staying in guest houses in Pak Se. Things would have turned out a lot better for me, I'm sure, but hindsight's a bitch, isn't it? My crystal ball needs good clean, clearly. Never mind, that's how life rolls. You gotta roll with the punches. And I have been feeling a bit deflated since losing the drone and losing the GoPro, and now seem to be having issues with recording on my phones. Yes, it really does feel as if the world is basically fighting me at the moment. It's pushing me, really pushing me to my limits as to finding my breaking point. And yeah, it's not a nice feeling. Been tried so hard to build my YouTube channel and improve on it by buying better cameras and trying to add drone footage and b-roll and all that kind of stuff, but just seems that the universe doesn't want me to do that. It doesn't want me to improve. It doesn't want me to get better. It doesn't want me to have nice equipment or better equipment, because the minute I buy these things, it's the minute the universe seems to take them away from me again. So I'm really reluctant to really reluctant to be spending any more money on camera equipment, filming, and basically investing into my channel. So sorry folks if it ends up that it's unedited and all the rest of it, because I'm basically back to filming on 15-year-old telephones, probably older than that. So they're not the best. We're just gonna have to suck it and see, aren't we? It's a nightmare, but what does it say? What doesn't break you makes you stronger. Well, I bloody hope that's the case. Oh, you go now? Okay. Oh, okay. Chai. Pumpkin Kai. I give the dog some to you. I got my little camping stove. The guys just said it's going to go get some food. So the puppies, like you see the two puppies there. They come over. They'll smell me cooking eggs in a minute. I'll do some scrambled eggs. The idea was to come here camping. Obviously, spend time at the waterfall. We can go swimming in the the pond underneath the waterfall. So it's like a natural swimming, if, in that case. And do some fishing. People had told me yesterday, because I tried fishing yesterday and the day before, and I didn't see anything. Didn't feel anything on the line, didn't see anything, but then saying to the locals, there is no fish in there, and they're all saying, no, there is. Just like, are they saying there is because, like, I'll try again today, and then I'll stay another day, pay them another load of money, and and if I don't get anything today, maybe I'll stay another day, and then just keep trying, because they're telling me there is fish. But the one lady yesterday said, oh yeah, but they're very tiny. Well, I'm looking to catch fish primarily to eat. I'm not a sports fisherman. I'm a hunter-gatherer. So yeah, I'll be wanting something, to feed my belly, basically. Not just doing. And I think I worked it out yesterday, because I've been seeing a lot of the locals fish, not around here, but in Thailand, and they keep everything. Everything they catch, they keep. They don't. In England, well, we catch and release a lot of our fish anyway. Just even if they're big, that's just that. I don't know exactly why that is. I don't think it's anything to do with. I think it's just because it's sport rather than to be eaten, But out here, they're fishing to eat. They're not fishing just for the fun of it. There'll be an element of, relaxation and enjoyment from it, but I think primarily it is really to have a bit of fun and also to have some food at the end of it. So, like I say, they keep everything, even little fish like this. They keep. And I was thinking about it yesterday, and I think it's because, obviously, if you've caught the fish, you got it with a hook, you've hurt it, you've wounded it, yeah. You may have even killed it as you were reeling it in. So what's the point of putting an injured or wounded or already dead fish back in the water? Yeah. So that makes sense, doesn't it? Because then you're just feeding the other fish on the corpse of the fish you just caught, injured, wounded, or whatever, and then putting it back, and it ain't going to survive, is it? Because it's got a massive wound. So yeah, why give it to nature to eat when they can take it back, even though it might be just literally, one mouthful, or even if they just give it to their pets, it's feeding their own pets rather than nature, which presumably has enough already. Oh, my shoulder is hurting. I haven't to a single airbed mattress had to keep rolling from side to side to side to side. I think I must have swapped sides about 20 times last night. My shoulder is hurting really bad. So that's why I'm having to support my arm with my other hand because my shoulder is aching. Anyway, that's enough of me waffling on, because I don't even know if, like I said earlier, I'm having problems with recording on my phones now for some reason, so I'm not even sure if this is recorded. So I'm not going to sit here for much longer talking to a camera that potentially hasn't recorded a thing. So anyway, if you enjoy Laos and you enjoy camping and eco-friendly tourism and temples and culture, maybe hit the follow button. Yeah, there's a lot of temple content. So anyway, cheers folks.